Emerging Leaders Rising Stars program. My name is Patrick Kelly. I'm the board chair of SCCDP. I also serve as the mayor of Milford, down there in Milford, as well as kind of running a body shop and a minority owner at Levander Body Shop. So I've got a little bit of experience in terms of leadership. I'm really excited to kind of see some of the faces in this, but really all of these guys and gals, and just kind of what leadership does for Seward County. I've been kind of part of the leadership group, and it's really inspired me to kind of keep going. But as a young individual, kind of looking that way, I'm 45, but I look a little bit younger. So I've gotten a little bit of kind of flack for that over the years, and just kind of seeing some younger faces, I'm really excited to kind of see that. So with that, kind of some of the other things I've done in life. I went to the Marine Corps out of high school, kind of became a corporal in the Marine Corps, so I've got some NCO experience behind me. But it's really not about me today. It's about these young individuals and kind of what they've learned through this Rising Stars program and what they're about to do for us in Seward County. So I'm really excited to kind of kick that off, and I'm just kind of kicking off the meeting, and we'll kind of hand things over to Anita to kind of finish out the rest of the program. But we're happy you're here. Thank you for completing the program. Thank you for all that you've done, and we really look forward to what you're about to do in Seward County specifically. So we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Right.
Anita?
Thanks, Patrick, and we all aspire to have people tell us that we don't look as old as we are. So thanks for setting that life goal out there for all of us at whatever age. It's my honor to welcome you here today and to let you know that I've so appreciated working with all of the fine people that you all chose to send through this program in our county this year. So on behalf of the chamber and our group and the work that we've been able to do together, thank you for your investment of both time and financial resources to allow these individuals to come and build their skills and their knowledge around Seward County and around their own personal development. Thank you so very much. This was the second year of the Rising Stars program, and in the fall, we'll start the third cohort in the county. And so in the county, we now have 12 individuals that have had similar but very different experiences over the last 2 years, and we're really looking forward to what can happen in the county as that pool of people continues to grow. My work often involves working with people that are emerging leaders, or they're in those roles where there are some leadership aspects to the things that they do. And what I often find too many times is that people are put into leadership positions without enough support around them to help them intentionally transfer into leadership roles. And it's a gift when we can come around people and support them in that so that they can continue doing the thing that they do really well, their technical part of their job, but then also pair that with the support of being able to serve people around them and to know who they are as individuals to lead so that they can then lead other people. So anytime we can invest in that is a huge return on investment for the county, the company, the community, and all of the people that we serve in and out of those areas. So thank you for your investment. This morning, we get to hear from our 6 rising stars from this year's cohort so that you all can learn more about what that program has been like for these individuals and what the potential is within the county and within that program. And we'll get to hear some unique aspects that spoke especially well to these individuals, but also aspects that we can continue carrying forward into this program moving forward. So they're going to share with you some individual testimonies, if you will, that also educate you about the whole entire program. So with that, I will turn it over to Riley to start us off, and then we'll get to hear from each person. They'll share their name and which company they are fortunate to work for and with, and then they'll share their personal testimony from the program.
Yes, thank you, Anita. As she mentioned, I'm Riley Wolfong. I'm with Jones Group Insurance Financial Services here in town. Thank you all for joining us today. This is a super cool experience. You're going to hear from a lot of us, obviously, but I'm going to speak to one in particular. before I do that, I want you to just think about the word invest and what that might mean to you and your experiences. We went out to Montag Manufacturing to visit with Anthony Montag out there, and he shared about kind of how their business started and how it's grown. And one thing that really stood out to me was he started as a janitor in a family business. A janitor is a family business, in a family business. And he talked about the folks that invested in him, and he is where he is today because of what those folks invested in him. Time and efforts and nuggets that they shared. So what I'm going to leave you with is just think about how we can invest in others inside our organization. I think about time and little nuggets that we can share that may bring someone that might look like me, pretty young, and put them in a role where you all might be today. So thank you again for joining us, and you're going to hear some pretty cool stories today. So.
Hello, my name is Kiara Bennett. I am with Jones Bank. There have been many great skills and tools that we have learned and harnessed throughout our time in our leadership program. The one tool that spoke most to me was the 20 tenets. This was a list of different action items that I use to hold myself accountable as a leader. As a leader to other people, sometimes we get put into the same everyday routine where we're just going about the business and doing things. By watching a different series of videos on different action items, it allowed me to look at myself and my actions and really take stock of whether, am I really doing this as a leader to my people? Am I giving them the best that they deserve? And am I helping them to succeed the most that they can? A lot of the things we think we're doing all the time, the one that spoke the most to me was, they called it the unspeakables. So when you're in a leadership role, you talk to a lot of different people from a lot of different areas and a lot of different levels. And sometimes things get lost in communication. You can say something and some person can take it a different way just because we all have different personalities and we come with different experiences. By exploring this tenet, it helped me to realize the best and most direct way to handle this is to just have an open and honest conversation about what something happened and how do we get past this. Maybe I said something or put a comma in a different place, but we're all on the same goal. And the best way to overcome it is just to have that open, honest experience. I'd like to introduce Jill Cruzy. She is my direct supervisor at Jones Bank. Jill, would you like to stand up? All right, and this is Teresa Scott. She is also our board of directors at Jones Bank, and she referred me to this program. I ask each one of you to take a look at your industry and see what these tenants can do for you, from being kind and actually thanking the person for the work that they do, to having that open and honest communication.
Hi, my name is Taylor Shorten. I'm with Farmers Cooperative. I'm in Dorchester, but we have locations in many spots in southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about why it's important to put someone through a leadership program kind of like this. So there's lots of different things we learn throughout the program. You'll hear some more from these next speakers, but a couple of the highlights that I liked. One of them was called Higher Sense. So that was a program where we took a survey about ourselves and about our job. It just kind of told us a little bit about how we think, what we do, and why we are who we are. So I think that's important in life, just to kind of see how you work, and you can kind of work off of those strengths that you have, and to make sure that the career you're in or the job you're in is a good fit for you. So that was a cool thing, and then also just to see, what all is into the communities and the counties. We've met with a lot of different people. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time to put all this stuff together, to make a good community, make a good county, have these nice parks, have these nice things. A lot of people that we met with were older, so just looking and seeing how can we get more people involved, how can we get younger people involved to make sure that we have things in the future for future generations. So just finding people to take over not only a business but also that community, because that's important. So that would be my biggest takeaway for everybody here is think of someone that would be good maybe in your business or in the community that could go through a leadership program like this to kind of, help fill the role of either business or community spot. So with that, thank you guys everyone for being here. Thanks to the Chamber for putting this on. It's been a great learning thing for me, and thanks to my class and Anita. Next person go.
Alrighty, I'm Alex Dodson, Facility Supervisor for Nebraska Public Power District. Mainly out of York, Nebraska, oversee Doniphan and Kearney. We have substation just south of town, lots of transmission lines here in Seward County, and then we service the city of Milford too, with the local manager's office. Over the last 9 months, been enrolled in Seward County Rising Stars program. This has been an excellent opportunity to learn from all the different businesses and challenges they faced in the Seward area. Class has been an opportunity to learn and work on different networking skills outside of my day-to-day activities. Through our class project and just working together to accomplish the goal what we did for getting all the high schools together. The program was an opportunity to see, even though we all have different career paths, we're all in different job titles, that we all still face the same challenges day to day in our businesses. Benefited me personally to see the views from outside sources that are different from our internal. I appreciate the chance to take the program, getting to know my classmates. I feel confident I could reach out to any one of them on a challenge that I could be facing in the near future. And I thank NPPD for giving me the opportunity to take the Seward County Rising Stars program. And with that, I'd like to introduce my manager, Mike Beecher. So, thank you.
Hello, I am Caleb Goldsmith. I work at Aspire Professional Group here in Seward. Today, what I'm sharing with you is an event we planned and hosted called the Seward County Synergy Showcase back in March. This event was a reverse job fair where students from Seward County, from the high schools, came and got to present projects they had been working on throughout the year to Seward County businesses. Kind of when we were first planning these, we had quite a few different ideas, but this one kind of stuck with us. I thought back to my time in high school where we had the guest speakers that would come in, but it was a little bit different because you sometimes wouldn't get as invested just because it was somebody talking to you in a classroom. I remember my favorite kind of project like that was a mock interview where people from businesses around came and interviewed you and you got like a grade on it. That was probably my favorite thing from high school with businesses around. So this one, it was exciting to see these students come in from like FBLA, Skills USA, and share things like a mini house and like 3D printed objects they learned to make. It was also very positive for like the businesses because a big thing and goal of our group was to connect students and businesses. Just to show that students can stick in Seward County and find great opportunities here, as well as businesses finding great students that could help grow their business and just be great employees for the future. I guess our goal kind of today with you guys is to give you a challenge of connecting with your high schools, whether that is being a guest speaker, because I guarantee there are some students, maybe not all of them, that will appreciate that, but also maybe doing other things that can get those students more involved and help them find something that they can care for and want to work for in the future. Thank you all for being here for our graduation. Special thank you to Shannon Meyer, my boss, and then I just want to thank the class and Anita for giving me some great skills and teaching me leadership for my future.
Thanks again all for being here. I'm Jacob Jennings with the Seward County Chamber Development Partnership. Jonathan couldn't be here today, but I'd like to thank him. Patrick, thanks for coming. Patrick's busy as the mayor and a business owner himself. So again, thank you all for being here. My hope for you all today is that you would be an advocate or an ambassador or a fan of Seward County, more so than you already are. We have our red jackets, our red polos to represent that, but you don't need those to be a true ambassador of Seward County. All I ask is that you would tell your own story. Not enough of us know your story. You personally, your family, your business, you have a success story, and it's a unique one, And again, not enough people know that. Not enough people know you or know why your business is here in Seward County. Some of the stories we learned while we were going through this program: a few blocks from here is the National Guard Museum. One of only 20 known Higgins boats in the world sits in that building. A TV documentary was made following that ship's journey from California here to here in Seward. The Liberty House Bed and Breakfast. Pat has hosted dozens of individuals from dozens of countries around the world. They all got to experience the Pat Collin experience. Centennial Market in Utica. They've hosted visitors from Penn State University to learn more about the grocery store's unique cooperative investment model. Seward Kiwanis Club is one of the largest chapters in the United States. Nebraska's unicameral, we visited in February, the only unicameral in the nation. 12 months ago in Milford, across from Bellwood Mennonite Church, sat an empty lot. Now you look, there's a brand new Milford Childhood Learning Center that was developed in the span of about 12 months. I guarantee you no other child care center has been developed that quickly in the state of Nebraska ever at that level. It should be on the cover of magazines telling other communities how to solve their child care crisis. Montag Manufacturing, Riley mentioned, started out as a small business. Now they ship ag equipment across the world to multiple continents. And even this program itself, I'll say, I know programs like this exist in Lincoln and Omaha and some other communities, but for Seward County, county our size, this is actually pretty unique. So I say all that so hopefully you realize that what we have here in Seward County is unique. The quality of people, the success of our businesses. This is special. I grew up in Kansas City. I've been up here for the last 8 years, and there is a notable difference. Again, not everyone has realized this though. Seward County is a commuter population. About 60% of our workforce that live locally work outside of the county in Lincoln or in New York or in other places. And because of that, folks don't always plug in to our community. So we have limited opportunities to share, to influence, and connect with those people. So that is my challenge today would be this week, talk to someone, share something on social media, try to get a story in the paper, humbly brag about yourself and about this community. It'll make us a stickier place to live, work, and play. Thanks.
So last month, they put the bones together for their 5-minute speeches here that they did. So let's give them one more round of applause because they did a great job. When we started meeting early last fall in September, there's one word that really rose through every convening of this group, and you heard it here today several times, and that word is connection. This group was committed from the beginning to figure out how do we connect our community with our young people? How do we open the doors between schools and industry partners? They connected with each other. They've called you to action to connect with the young leaders in your businesses and to connect with your stories with the communities and to share those things out. And so while all in the room are in different places and different physical different places and in our bodies different places, the connection is possible for all of us to make with ourselves, to know who we are and how we lead, with the people that we can invest forward and backward with, and how we can connect with that community and county around us. So that is our overarching call to action. And today, as they think about this graduation out of Rising Stars, it truly is a culmination of the program, but also a leap pad to launch forward. And so it's super important that leaders continue growing and developing as leaders. And so yes, we're celebrating their hard work and their growth, but we know that the potential for what each one of these 6 people can do is something that we can't measure accurately today. And so we ask you to come alongside them and continue partnering with them and continue investing with them so that they can do all that they were designed and created to be able to do. As a parting gift after today, everyone will receive from Better Culture, which is the home of the 20 tenants that Kiara talked about. Everyone will receive a kind of bonus gift that'll last you for the whole year after that from Better Culture. That includes a self-assessment and some additional instructional resources that kind of piggyback on those videos that you use throughout the program. So that could be a great dialogue between employer and employee about what that resource is helping to continue fostering in their leadership development beyond this program. We also are formally recognizing the graduation with a certificate and a small gift on behalf of the county, or SCCDP rather. And so at this time, I'll call you up individually. Please bring your people that are here investing with you today also to the front, and you can introduce them or reintroduce them, okay? So first up is Mr. Alex Johnson.
Then, it's Mike Beecher.
All right, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for investing in Alex. Alex, we have your certificate here. Thank you. And then today, Alex is receiving a book by Adam Grant called Think Again. And there's a note in here for you, Alex. But this book, the essence of it is helping us to offer our perspective and to also glean the perspective of other people. And Alex is receiving this particular book because of all of the perspective that he shared with our group this year, and all of the questions that Alex is very curious about asking to glean the perspective of other people. So enjoy, Alex. Don't read it while you're driving around doing your job. Okay? All right. Thank you. All right, Caleb Goldsmith.
This is Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon, for investing in Caleb. Caleb, congratulations. Thank you. Caleb, the whole group is really quiet. You might not have gleaned that as you listen to all of them share, but outside of Riley, the whole group is really quiet. So what has been remarkable about that quietness is the incredible thought that each one of our participants have brought. And if we wait long enough, we hear really great brilliance from each of them because of the internal reflection that happens for each of them. And so we were gifted with this generally quiet cohort this year. And Caleb's book is called Humbitious, because the book is about the value of the really quiet leaders, and how as leaders we don't need to always be attacking things and going after really ambitiously. We can do that ambitiousness in a humble and quiet way, which Caleb models and exemplifies and exudes daily. So Caleb, I hope you enjoy feeling empowered by your approach to leadership with Humbitious. There you go. Thank you. Kiara Bennett. Come on, East.
Teresa Scott and Jill Cruz are here with me today.
Thank you, Jill. That's nice, Teresa. And Kiara, here is your certificate. There you go. Sorry, I was hiding her face. I was going up high. There you go. Perfect. Kiara came into this program in a slightly different position than last year's cohort and most in this year's, in that she already had under her supervision 11 employees, right? And so Kiara was actively in a management role and offered such great wisdom and perspective and insight, along with Alex, who had some managerial roles as well. But their perspective as being actively in that role were super valuable throughout the year in application of different concepts. That is sometimes a hard spot to be in because we are leading forward and backwards and stretched to all sides as well. And so I really value the perspective that you brought that way, and am reminding you as the outstanding middle manager what is possible and the things that you are supporting and able to do through a very important role at Jones Bank. So, thank you. Congratulations. Next is Jacob Jennings.
Patrick, would you mind?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Patrick.
Patrick, Mayor Milford.
And you look younger than Jonathan, so.
Jonathan's a lot younger than me too, and I will say that I've watched Jacob kind of progress in his role the last few years at SCCDP, and just kind of listening to him stand up here and talk to this group this morning. I'm so proud of him and his progression as a leader. He really inspires me in the things that I do, but I'm really proud of Jacob.
And we're so glad, I think I didn't write it quite as blatantly as this in your note, but I'm so glad to have a Kansas transplant into this city. I appreciate you wearing red, all the things. Yeah, you'd think Jacob grew up here, so we appreciate that. Jacob, here is your certificate. Jacob also played a unique role compared to, everyone's unique, but these are some of the highlights. Jacob had this kind of dual role of being an SCCDP employee while at the same time participating in a program that is hosted by the chamber. And so we appreciate that the way that Jacob was able to inform the project that the group was so passionate about, and to offer this county level perspective and to make other connections, and as you heard him describe, continue to learn about the county and empower people to be ambassadors of the county. So we appreciate that. Jacob, also a quiet leader, similar to Caleb, but as Patrick alluded to, his leadership has its own language that Jacob exudes, and we rely upon him in the county. And many things that happen in the county, we could put our finger on and say, oh, Jacob was behind that. And so we appreciate that. Your book, Jacob, is Leadership is Language, and the hidden power of what you say and don't say that have important value and meaning. So thank you and congratulations. Taylor Termini. And I only know how to say his last name because I was a high school teacher for him for a moment.
So I actually have three people here.
Great.
Taylor Collins, he's my boss. Mark Thiessen is CFO, and Alan Zump is the CEO of Farmers Cooperative.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. Here is your certificate. Taylor? Yes. Taylor talked often about being a thinker, and again, another quiet leader in our group. He also talked about, he's in HR, and so around or dealing with people often and a lot. And so he talked sometimes about feeling like maybe I need to be more peppy, or maybe I need to be more people-y, or some of these other kinds of things. And that might be true. I want to evaluate that for you, Taylor. But when I was choosing your book, this one immediately came to mind because it's called The Energy Bus. And it's a reminder that we don't have to be a peppy cheerleader to have positive energy. And Taylor, while one of the quietest people I know, is also one of the most optimistic and positive people that I know. And so this hopefully is a reminder that your energy, no matter how big, can be positive, and no matter how loud, can be positive, and that you can make a great difference that way. So that is your book. Thank you. Congratulations. And Mr. Riley.
I've got Carrie Sheff with me today. I apologize, I missed the opportunity for the first time, Carrie, but.
You're good. You're good. Thank you. Yes, thanks for being here. Riley, here's your certificate.
Thank
you. Riley has been, I'm sorry, there's nothing bad. I'm just collecting my thoughts. Riley is a great questioner, and he offers thought and perspective through really insightful questions, and often stimulated the discussion in our group through a question. Riley also many times throughout the program spoke about this kind of like internal battle that I think we all go through of wanting to do the right thing and not hurt anybody's feelings or not cause disruptions and engage in conflict effectively, but also to do that in a way that's always going to be forward moving. And I so appreciate that, him and his sharing of that approach to conflict, because like Kiara was mentioning, having the ability and the skills to engage in those tough conversations and the willingness to do it is such a key for all of us, and especially as we continue growing forward in our careers. So his book is by Patrick Lencioni, and it's called The Motive. And it's one of the most craftily written books that I've ever read. It's so easy and fast to read because it's so crafty. I wasn't gonna say it, but there you go. And it articulates like, what leadership position do we want to be in and why? And all are okay when we know what the why is and what the motive is. What the motive is behind solving that conflict. And when it's good and intended for good, we just get down to business and we do it. So I'll be eager to hear your review,
Thank you.
Riley. It's very short.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Your toddler will not appreciate it, so don't do it. Raise your hand if you're here today without a rising star. Yes, a couple of us. Thank you for being here, and thanks for hearing their story. Again, we have 12 now stars that are out in our county, and our goal next year for cohort 3 is that we have 12 stars in the cohort. And so in addition to asking for you all to figure out, how can you invest in people, young leaders? How can you share that story in the county, and how can you communicate it forward? We're also asking you to think, who do you know who knows someone or has someone that could benefit from a program like this? And how can you share your STARS experience, and how can you encourage that investment of time for people to be able to come and be a participant in the program? And so we will be sharing much more about year 3 of the cohort, but we really want to offer that today, to hear the experience that they have, ask them more questions about what their experiences were, and then figure out who is it that we can also continue to grow within the county in cohort 3, okay? Collin, I'll turn it over to you, the newest employee of SCCDP.
Thank you,
So,
Anita.
you got
Good morning, everyone. As Anita so generally introduced me, my name is Collin Hain, and I am, again, the newest employee of the Seward County Chamber and Development Partnership. I am the executive assistant and event planner, so Anita very graciously jumped on working with this for a month as I started full-time in May. So I'm here to kind of do that call to action, both to the Rising Stars graduates and to anybody sitting out here. First, to the Rising Stars. You guys did it. Congratulations. It's a tremendous achievement, and it's not one to be taken lightly. This, again, it's potential opportunity. You guys are this fantastic diamond that is starting to get molded, and now you're getting set loose in the county to do wonderful, fantastic things. And there is a palpable change that happens in between when people have done a program like Rising Stars and when they haven't. There is a change that is noticed by other people in the county, the way these people will now approach situations, handle other situations that they might have approached differently. It will be better now because they've been in a program like this. So to you guys, I say, find someone else. You guys are the product, right? Because you have done this, being able to speak to this program and say the great things that have come out of it, that you have learned, the opportunities that you've garnered, and the connections that you have made, you guys can find the people. You are the best ambassadors, as Jacob said, for this program and for the county in general. So I ask you guys to think of people that you know in your business or in another business, just anybody that you know within Seward County that would be a perfect fit for this program. That is their time to be molded into that next diamond. On the QR codes on the tables and in the tables in the back, there is just a brief question asking them if you know of a specific business or person within a business in Seward County that would be a good fit for this program. So I ask you and anybody in the audience to please scan the QR code and just quick question of who do you know that would be next? Who is the next person that we want to help them reach their full potential? Right? They say youth is wasted on the young, but it is not so if we give them the chance to develop. That is what this program is all about. It is about developing the future leaders into the now leaders. Allow them to fully transform into the cultivators of Seward County. So to the Rising Stars, that is what I ask of you, is to be the ambassadors, talk up this program, tell your story. Tell the great things that you've learned, the lessons, the leadership concepts, and ideas, and anything that you garnered from this class. Tell that to other people. And then to anybody in the audience, to the business leaders, I say if you know of anybody who would be a good fit for this class, please recommend them to me, Anita. Again, on the QR code, you can say those names of those businesses. Like Anita said, we're trying to get 12 people, which seems like a big ask, but it's not, because Seward County is a gold mine for potential opportunity. We just have to be willing to mine for it, to harness it. So if there's anybody that you would know, we just ask of you to scan that QR code and to put the names on it. So that is all I had. I can turn it back over to Anita.
You wanna tell us about lunch, Collin?
Yeah, so lunch will be in a couple minutes. Hopefully it should, go ahead, Jim.
I didn't want to interject in your body, but we'd like to get group photos
Yeah,
with them, and then also if we can get individual photos with all of your sponsors and friends too. I didn't want to interrupt, but
Yeah.
before you talked about lunch, everybody got hungry.
yeah, yeah. I love that.
I would say maybe we should do it. This looks kind of like a nice neutral.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, so we'll just do the photos, and then lunch should be here in a couple minutes. It'll be pasta from Valentino's. So yeah, that's all I had.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll clap one more time. Steve, you grab those.
Why is this guy in your group, huh? Didn't give him any wrong. Is this live?